Today's episode of RedX Reviews of Epic Proportions is sponsored by Big Bad Toy Store. Where does RedX get his toys? At Big Bad Toy Store. Where else can you buy top-of-the-line quality products at an affordable price? eBay? Don't be silly. Yes, folks, RedX is back with a RedX review of Epic Proportions. And today we are looking at Star Trek The Next Generation Starship Legends series, USS Enterprise, NCC-1701-D, the electronic starship produced by Diamond Select Toys and Art Asylum. You got a nice little image of Patrick Stewart, or, you know, Captain Picard from Star Trek The Next Generation. Very nice. Make it so. Gotta look at the top, Not much going on, but, you know, like I said, it's generic. Got a little bit of information right here on the side. On the back is where it's all about. Got yourself your big logo right here, which won't fit on the screen. You got a little information about the Enterprise itself. Some basic information, like the length, the decks, how many crew members were aboard, that and civilians, and the maximum speed. Warp 9.6. Background story about the Enterprise itself and a little bit about Star Trek. So if you want to pause and read, you can. But I'm not going to read it to you. And some stuff that's also available right now, in case you're interested. Happy hunting. Of course, you can't find this in stores, though. You also get yourself a set of instructions, which really aren't that important, except for when it comes to the batteries. I mean, that's it. It tells a little bit about the play value on this thing, but, nothing a little child can't figure out. Speaking of which, this thing is actually a toy. It's not a model. I didn't put this together myself. So, here's the toy. I just pulled this out of the package and put the thing together. Which all I had to do was just that. And that was it. But, overall, it's nice. Even if the quality is a little lacking, especially in the electronics, which is weird. I mean, it won't do that all the time, but still, I mean, it's spot on to the show. What the design of the show actually was, it's right there. I mean, it's like they actually took the studio model and made it very, very small. But not too small. For quick size comparisons, why not? Let's just get it out of the way and take it off its stand and bring in my original one. Yep. There you go. Now you got yourself a little competition between Diamond Select and Playmates Toys, which I can't get it all on camera. They're both big, but as you can see, the Diamond Select one is bigger. It's longer, it's bulkier, which it's supposed to be, and, well, I mean, obviously it's no contest, because if you look very carefully at the saucer section of this Enterprise, it's got all the Aztec pattern that is missing on the Playmates model. We didn't know what to expect. We thought it was just going to be another re-release of this toy that was released back in 2011, which was missing a lot of detail. It really was. It was missing a lot, and it had quite a few problems, in fact. Number one, the hull, the neck connection piece to the saucer separation for the hull did not have any windows painted on, which on the studio model actually does. That was a mistake. Number two, this area right here, the actual bridge to the Enterprise itself, where do I talk about this? The light was so bright on the inside that they really didn't do much with paintwork on the top. Or if anything, they were using for some very thin plastic, because when that light was activated, it bled through the whole entire bridge port. The whole entire thing would light up like a Christmas tree, and that's not accurate either. As you can see, we have painted on windows for the next section of the hull compared right next to the saucer section. Awesome. Thank you very much, Diamond Select Toys, for fixing that little mishap that you should have done from day one. And number two, right here, as you can see, which you're going to see, lights off. Ha ha ha. If I press this down, it does nothing. Of course. Of course. Like I said, faulty wiring, so it's gonna screw up once in a while. Oh, come on, you. Bear with me, it's just gonna make it longer. But I do have to show this off anyway, because it is actually part of the instructions. This little divot right here, this little hole as you see, this is actually the reset button. You don't have to hold it down, but I will for just like 5 seconds, and everything should reset. All the sounds and the lights, and as you can see, that really didn't do much. But we're going to try it again now.
Open a hailing frequency. This is Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Energize.
Hey, you see it now?
Scan for life. What? Use up red
Yeah,
light.
it's faulty. Like I said, faulty. But they fixed it. It's not bleeding through anymore. It's just that one little area where it was always meant to be. Okay, stop. Stop.
This is Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
I don't want to give away all the sound gimmicks right now. Especially since I really can't give them all away because the saucer section is dead. Anything that's going on with the electronics, like the lights, it's all coming from here. It's all converting from this area, which runs on AAA batteries, and it's going into this area, which runs on C-cell batteries. These little mishaps right here. You can't replace these things. I will do a follow-up video when I do finally replace these batteries. That way I can do the actual saucer separation, which was best known from Star Trek Generations. So I'll go ahead and set it on its display mode by pressing down this button and showing it off to you guys. Everything lights up. Everything lights up in this mode. Everything. You have yourself your impulse engines. You got the main impulse engine down here. Your nacelles light up. The bizarre collectors lights up. The deflector array lights up. The only thing that would have been better if they had done this would have been if they had just some windows transparent that they would actually light up. But still, it's awesome. I cannot argue with the results on this thing. It's just amazing. I'm going to set it off of display mode now. And I'll go ahead and show you all the sound features up to what you can actually do without the saucer section not having any batteries. So if you hold down the button for 5 seconds, you will cycle through every last sound gimmick except for a few. I repeat, if you hold down the button for about 5 seconds, you will cycle through all the sound features.
Energize.
Okay. Let's try that again. One more time. Come on.
Scan for life forms.
No, 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 no. Bad. Bad Enterprise. You're making this review a lot longer than what it should be. I'm going to hit the reset button and we're going to try this again.
Open a hailing frequency. This is Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
Okay.
Open a hailing frequency.
There we go.
This is Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Energize. Scan for life forms. Shield.
Come on.
Red alert. Make it so. T-O Grey Hut. Special pattern, Sierra, and fire. Transferring command to the battle bridge. Continue fire all phases. Damage report. Warp now. Engage. Let's make sure that history never forgets the name Enterprise.
There really shouldn't be any problem with this because I've only had it for like a couple of days now, and I've only messed around with it for like an hour's total worth of time. That's it. And already the batteries have died in the saucer section. And now we're starting to have trouble with the wiring. It really sickens me when I have to pay so much for so little, and sometimes when I do get the equal amount of so much I pay for, only to find out that there's a problem. But I'm not going to replace it because obviously chances are I'm not going to get a better deal. And if anything, Big Bad Toy Store probably won't give me a refund on this or let me replace it anyhow, so I'm just going to deal with it. That's all I can say about it. So the last thing that I will show off is their, well, yeah, there, why not? These two pieces, their display stands right here. So when I separate the saucer from the actual hull itself, you take the big one and you peg it into this little hole right here, and that holds that. And then you take this little one right here, you peg it into this area right here. And they're on a ball joint, so you can actually move them in any position you want. But since they are actually on, I can't say carpet, but a bed sheet, not really going to get much out of stability because there really is no stability on this thing. Same here, ball joint. But it's not as tight as that one's, which gives me a little bit of a fearance that maybe this might break eventually if not careful. But this one, on the other hand, it's already been dealt with a lot of pressure, especially coming from both halves of the Enterprise. That's a lot. I mean, there's so much weight on it just because of the magnet itself that holds this thing together as a group. That alone is putting so much weight on these stands. These things are, they're proud to break. Look at them. Look at that. Already it's cracking. It's about ready to go. I don't know if super glue is going to fix that, but I mean, this is a horrible plastic for these stands. I mean, just think about this for a moment. They've had plenty of time to go back and refix things. They've only done a few. Paint work and the light at the top of the bridge set. But, I mean, other than that, they could have gone back and fixed this thing. They could have fixed the battery compartment for this thing so we don't have to use those ones that die out less than an hour. Especially since it's right next to the magnet itself. Well, of course, that's what's going to be killing the batteries. But, I mean, I've done the best I can out of it. But, I mean, I'm not going to say that it's not worth picking up because obviously it is. You can't really judge it by just one review. So if you're judging it by my review, don't. Don't do that, okay? Even if this is the very first review on YouTube to have the review of the upgraded model design just because of the windows and the fix to the bridge, don't judge my review as your decision on whether or not to pick this thing up, because I will tell you already, you're not going to get much information out of me since I really don't know much about starships, even though I do love them. I think they're pretty cool, and they're the only reason why I enjoy Star Trek a lot. But overall, I say go out there and check out other reviewers like Collections DX. His was pretty good. A little long, but still, mine ain't that far off from his anyway. But, yeah. I mean, there you go, guys. There's my honest opinion. It is actually worth looking at a couple of reviews, not just mine, in order to make up your mind whether or not you should pick this thing up. And if you are determined to pick it up, I say, yeah, I mean, try your best at Big Bad Toy Store while they're still in stock right now. I know they're not going too fast, but chances are they won't be there much longer. And the price range is about $70 if I remember. That's including shipping. Depending if you're in the U.S. I don't know if they do business overseas. I have never done that. Never had to because, heck, I'm in the USA. So, that's it, guys. That's my review on this thing. And the only thing I got left to do is to do a follow-up video whenever I can find time to replace these batteries, or if I can actually find a way to replace them. So, until then, guys, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed this long review. Hopefully I didn't make it too long and bore you guys to death. That'd be wrong. But that's me, RedX, signing out. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.